Hello, welcome to WITS Connect. Today I am going to discuss regarding the Java objects. As part of web design, I am going to discuss regarding objects in JavaScript. Objects in JavaScript. As part of web design, we are going to discuss regarding the JavaScript, in it regarding the objects. As I said earlier, JavaScript is a language, it is a scripting language which have all the functions in the same way as C, and we can create web pages along with some coding knowledge or using coding technology. So, what are the different objects in JavaScript? The same way as different functions in C, here we have different objects in JavaScript. There are some inbuilt functions in C language. In the same way, here we have some objects which facilitates as the functions in C language. The first object is math object. The first object is math object. The first object here in JavaScript is math object. What the math object consists of? The math object consists of ABS, a function ABS of x. That means absolute value of x. It rounds the value of x. It gives the actual absolute value of the x. Then comes to cell, C-E-L-L, cell of x. This function will provide the number system to be rounded. It will round to the smallest integer of that particular function. Then comes to cos of x. It is a trigonometric function. It gives the value in the radians. Then comes to exp of x, which is an exponential form of a function. Exp of x, it will give the exponent, that is the power. You can do square root, cube root, square, cube, or cube root, square root also by giving exponent 1 by. So the exponent is giving the power for the value. So math functions are ABS, cell, COS, cos, EXP exponential function, FLOO or floor. This is also works as cell. It will also rounds the value, rounds the given value, but it will give the greatest value, whereas cell will give the smallest value near after doing the round for the value of a decimal number. Then comes to log of x. It will give the natural logarithm function of the x value base e. Based on the base e, it will give the logarithm function of the x value. Then POW x comma y. Here it will give the power, that means x square, x cube, like that. We can give the power, x will be raised to the power of y. What it will do? X will be raised to the power of y. So it will give the power function. Based on this POW function, we are going to get the power option. So math objects are ABS, which will give the absolute value. Cell, it will give the nearest rounded value with the smallest number. Then cos, it is a trigonometric function. EXP, it will give the exponential function. Floor, it is as same as the cell, but here it will give the smallest value, here it will give the greatest value. Then log x, it will give the logarithmic function, and POW of xy, it will give the exponent power of the x value. Then comes to the round, which will give the actual round value of the x. It will convert the decimal function to the integer. It will convert the decimal function to the integer. Then comes to sin of x and the cos of x. Here cos of x in the same way, the sin of x, as cos of x is a trigonometric function, in the same way sin of x is also trigonometric function. It will give the result in the radians. Next comes to the, in the same way, tan of x. So sin, cos and tan functions can be done by using this math object. So the math object in JavaScript we can use ABS, cell, cos, exp, floor, log, power, POW, round, sin and tan. So these are the different mathematical functions. So after completing the math function, the next is the string object. Next is the string object. We will discuss regarding the different string objects. The first one is char at index. The index value will start with 0, and based on the character, the index value will be the 0. Next comes to the concat, CONCAT of a string. Here you can club two different strings into one particular string, that is known as the concatenation. This is a string function where you are going to concatenate two different strings into one particular function. Then comes to the index of string. Here index, it is a string, so it is substring. So it will identify the substring by using the index of. Then substring start end. From one particular string we can get the substring, that is we can do start and we can do the end. Start and end can be identified. Next comes to the upper, that is to upper string. That means it will convert the true uppercase to uppercase. The string which is given will be converted to the uppercase. Next is to lower case. This will convert the string to the lower case. So these all are the string objects. These all are the string objects which will convert the, that is character, that is index. Character at the index will be identified. The index starts with 0. Then concatenate of string, you can concatenate, that means you can club the two different strings into one string. Then index of the substring, you can identify the index. Then substring of end, start comma end, that means it will identify the starting element. By giving the starting element and ending element, you can drag a substring. Then another function is there, substring. Substring, that is str. We won't give total string. Sub str. By using str, start and length. Start comma length. By using str, start comma length, the length of the substring, based on the length starting value, from there the substring will be identified and printed. Then after the string functions, the next is the date object. After the string object, the next is the date object, where you can give the data objects are date, get, date, get, day, get, month, get, full year, get, year, get, hours, get, minutes, get, seconds. These are all of the gate functions. These are all of the gate functions which will give for the date, get date, day, particular day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, month, particular month, full year means 2020, 2020, totally will be given year, means only 20 will be given hours. It will give which hour, time function, minutes and seconds. This all will based on the system date and the system time. So this is about the date object, objects in JavaScript. Math object, for math object, abs of x, cell, cos, exp, floor, log, power, that means power, round, sine and tan. Next comes the string objects, char, x, index, that means which index it is, it will be declared. Concatenate, concat, string, that means it will concatenate the string. Then comes the index of substring. Substring index will be given. Then substring start end. The starting position we will give of a string and ending position of a string. Then the substring will be displayed to upper case. So it will convert to the whatever the string it is. It will convert it into the upper case to lower case. That means whatever the string it is, it will convert to the lower case. Then substring of string length, that means it will starting and the length of the string if you give, the up to that it will cut and it will give you the substring. So this is all about the string functions. Then comes the date object. For the date object, date will be given, get date. So you will get the system date, day, the day in the system, month, year, full year means 2020, 4 digits it will give. And for year means only 2 digits, 20 will be given. Get hours, the time as per the system date, it will give the hours. Get minutes, it will give the minutes as per the system date, and the next is the seconds. So these three, after these three functions, then it is the Boolean object. Boolean, Boolean object. The Boolean object is of two string radix. Then comes to the Boolean object is of string as well as the value of. So the Boolean object, here I am going to give two string and other is the value of. These two are comes under the Boolean objects. Next, after the Boolean object, next is the number object. Next is the number object. Next is the number object. The number object are two string radix, and the value of the number will be declared. Then after the number object, the next term here is document. Then next is the window. So after the number object, the next is the document. That means it will ask you, the document object will give you the write statement, write string and write in string. So these are the different objects which generally used in the objects in the JavaScript. The final one is the window object. By using window object, we can do the window related operations. So these are the different objects which are available in the JavaScript. Hope you understood the concept well.